Well, a very good afternoon on the 25th day of June 26. It's 12:15. A bit of dithering as well. I was at the Drummond fishing, boating, whatnot across the road, but they said that the gates get locked at 6 o'clock and they weren't very keen about allowing me to park. The problem. So I parked in where I was before at that polytunnel. I'm on the route of the old railway line between St.Fillans and Lochearnhead currently. That is my destination. After yesterday's monumental summitteering, I've got this one to do, and that will complete everything. A couple of lumps up the other side of Meall I can maybe do on another occasion, but I've done Meall and all the rest of it. So there's my car over there. This is Drummond Estates here, but the next estate is in Glen Ogle, and by all accounts they're pretty awkward. They don't like visitors, and I might incur some problems actually when I'm trying to use the tracks to get up onto the hill. It depends very much on what they think of me, but I'll explain what my situation is, and perhaps they'll allow me access. They have no right to stop you. The Land Reform Act of 2003 allowed access for all between 2 points, and if it meant going through someone's estate, then you are allowed to walk. But it's strictly private. I don't know why they're up to something that nobody seems to know what. There's a new track going up the back. I noticed that a few weeks back, and it's not peat restoration they're doing, and it's not wind farm. It could be for forestry to take this lot out over here. That might be the only way they can get it out without making a scar across the whole side of the hill. I think that's probably what they're going to do. So anyway, I'll join the estate in a moment or two, and I'll walk up and see what's what. It's absolutely stupendous day. It must be about 26 or 27 degrees at the moment, but that said, yesterday's hill walking adventure was pretty good. It did cool down a bit around tea time up the summits, but it soon hotted up again once I got back down into lower levels. And I sat at the caravan park sipping Loch with ice until 9 o'clock. I was speaking to some of the staff. It was quite pleasant, good pleasantry. That's the best way to put it. It was nice to meet someone, and 3 or 4 of them sat and chatted with me for ages. And anyway, this is my adventure today. We get up the top of that. It's the lower part of Loch, what I've been talking about for quite a while. It's a long way up, and I've got my back's niggling me. There's just overexertion yesterday, and the lower back and the left-hand side. I think it's because of the way the rucksack's been sitting. I should have done a bit of stretching this morning, but I didn't have time. So I'll switch off for now, and I'll keep you informed of how we progress through this lot. As I say already, there's lots of contractors up there, and I've got a feeling they're going to raise a hand and say no access, sorry, bugger off. So there's your starters for 10, Andy. So I've got through the estate, but like all estates in Scotland, they kind of put you on edge, and there's always somebody watching you. There's always someone knows you're there. But I'm pointing the camera way up to the back there. It's what I completed yesterday. That's up onto Black Crag, and I done that hole out to our cairn up the top, and I done the whole ridge all the way down, apart from just the very last lump because of the problems with bracken. And up there at the back is Meall reamer, which I done yesterday as well, and the one away in the distance is what I done a few days ago on the Sunday. I'll list all the hills. So this is a long haul, but I knew this track was here because it's been getting put in for some reason. I don't think it's wind farms, but I said already it could be for forestry, but I don't know. It seems to be a heck of an expense to put all this in to cut a few trees down, so it's a bit of a mystery. I might meet one of the machinemen at the top, and I might put it to him. A health and safety issue might be that no, you can't come any further when there's machines operating. So I should have had my high-vis jacket, well, high-vis vest on, but I'll deal with it as it happens. But I've been sweating like anything in the heat. But that's alright, I've got plenty of water. I've got over a litre of water left in my rucksack. And I'm not really needing a coffee or a tea, so I'm alright. Anyway, I shall cut off for now. So that's the machines down there. Sorry, jumping camera. And you can see the track that I've taken up. I said to the guy, I says, what they put it in for? He says, no, there's no reason. There's always got to be a reason, but he says it's not peat restoration, it's not forestry plantation, it's not extraction, it's not wind farm. So it sounds to me like possibly the estate owner's got too much money and he just wants an additional track that he can take his 4x4 up and down. That's about all I can think. And who can blame him if he's got £10 million sitting in the bank? You know, he's got a £80,000 top of the range 4x4 to get up these hills. It's like the road to Damascus, or it's at least like the Golan Heights in southern Lebanon into Syria. And is really border. Well, the Golan Heights was taken from Syria and Lebanon back in 1967, and it's been fought over quite a bit. But, apparently, well, it's quite arid, but apparently Lebanon is meant to be an absolutely beautiful place. And I wish I'd gone to Beirut when I planned in 2018, Andy. All booked up from Glasgow Airport. And unlike me, I got talked out of it. Yep. Don't go. It's too dangerous. Well, it could be dangerous, it could not be dangerous, it could be either. So, I suppose Terry Waite thought that too. Mind you, he was high profile, and possibly a CIA agent. Certainly MI6, MI5. The Church of England envoy, I feel sorry for that man. I read his book, it's absolutely fascinating. The very last day he was in Beirut, he got kidnapped. And he spent 5 years, 3 years I think it was, every day chained to a radiator in a darkened room, handcuffed to a radiator for 3 years solid. They only released so he could get to the toilet and get something to eat, and then put back in the dark room. That must have been awful. I mean, literally awful. For three solid years. I'm just thinking maybe the estate wanted a shortcut between their property and Lochearnhead to avoid some of the potholes. I mean, it seems rather extravagant to go to this length for that reason, but I can understand. Well, it might not be the case, Andy. I think you're just, you know, a bit of trickery in your brain at the moment. It's a beautiful day, and we're not quite, we're at the top's over there that I'm going to need to go to the summit. But as you can see, it's almost 10 to 2 and we've nearly reached the end of that track, Andrew. So before we get to the end of the track, we'll start to head right, not far to the summit. I can see the summit from here actually. And then what we'll do is we're going to take rather go back the same route. I'm going to follow the spruce trees right down, just for something different, so that every time I drive along the Lochearnhead road, I can look up where the trees are and say I've come down that slope and I've been up it. I don't want to say too much, but I can't believe how much I've done. And that's that black crag up there at the back there, and that's that Ben Donald or something, the big one there. And then that whole ridge that I came down yesterday, out to that point away over there. And this is Glen Ogle, which is quite a fairly unknown glen in all respects. Very few people ever wander up this way. Almost non-existent, to be perfectly honest. Because they make it so difficult to get access, I think I wasn't challenged at any time. In fact, the guy in the 4x4 who spoke with me, he didn't ask any questions. I said to him, I said, I thought there might be a problem with access if the machines are operating. He says, they're all stopped for now. So I'm assuming they're on well, can't be a lunch. So not far to go now, Andrew. We'll take some time at the summit, I think. I might even get a coffee before we go to the summit, I don't know. It might be less breezy. We'll work it out, sir. So that's the way up to Loch, and this is the extension of the part I want to do. I'll go across that high piece, and then we'll go over to where that cairn is situated, and we'll take some time there for coffee. The clouds are making a little impression on Lochearnhead and Mhadaidh and stuff. It looks quite dappled in the cloud and sunlight. Yeah, it's lovely, Andy, isn't it? Okay. So I'll put the name up of the part of the hill I'm on, but Loch, Meall and all the rest of them, I can't remember them all. They're all done now, this whole section's done. That's down to Glen Ogle, of course. So I'll accept this as the summit, really. I was over in the high point there a moment ago, and the reason I've got that fence coming through, it's to guide us for the easiest route through the peat hags, which are pretty monotonous up here. So you don't see all the hard work that I do to reach a cairn. But this is the last one I need to do in this whole area. Thank you, Promo. I would have come much earlier in life, but in all respect, I just really didn't have the notion to come and visit you. I'll be perfectly honest. But having given it a great deal of thought over the last few months, I said to myself, let's go and see everybody up here. And I have to say, it's lovely to come and see you. Yes, thank you very much for having me too. Right, we'll get out of the breeze and we'll set up for our coffee, Eddie. Come on. That's the railway line and fish farm down there. And what's So as I say, I'm going to be following the tree line down so that I've got confirmation that I can come down this way. And it's a long drop, of course, but we aim down into the scrub, and then we'll pick up the railway line and walk out and pick up the car. I'm not in any rush. It's 4:45, I think it is, 10 to 5 nearly, so I'm not in any rush at all. If I get back to the car for 6 o'clock, it'll still be too early for me, but we should make it back by 6, I think. Yeah, but I'm not in any rush. I'm just enjoying my twirl about, and that's the estate I walked through earlier on. It was a long hill, a long hike up, Well, so it was worth it. So as I said, I can't really speak too much in this wind, but it's coming from the southeast, you see. I have to tell you that I'm absolutely overjoyed that I've managed to complete that whole section. I'm not in any rush to get back up to those ones. Maybe I do it a crisp winter day, perhaps, I don't know. But certainly for ticking off the summits, that's everything between St.Fillans and here. I mean, there's a couple of things in Donaire Estate I can do, and there's a couple at the back there, but all that's done as well. Right out to Stook of Croyne. Yeah, look at the railway line, isn't it? It's beautiful. The way the engineers sort of got that done. I've got my shades on, so it's given me a much more defined route than you'll probably get on the camera. My eyes were getting quite sore in the sunshine, to be honest. It's not a good idea to tramp about too long without sun specs on the high slopes. Not really. So I've got them on now, but I should have had them on from when I was coming up the brae. But ah well. So it's 10 minutes to 6, I've just come off down that whole slope in about an hour, which is not bad actually, Andy. And I'll go down and collect my car, and this is the Ardvich estate, run by the Drummond Estates, Andrew, not Drummond Army Estates. I'll just come along the railway line, and it's the brig across this water. So that's us all done, Andrew, for that particular walk. I was going to get myself a bunch of elderflower for a tonic, but I can't see any in this location. So I might stop off along the Loch side and see if there's any around. If not, I'll just have a normal cup of tea and a cigarette. So I'm not going to have a cigarette just now. I'll have a cup of tea, and it's been a good day. I've done it, so all very good, Eddie. Blessed Andrew, look, there's elderflower, yeah. She's come and pick me, Eddie, and make me a nice cup of tea from you. Out of me. Is that enough? Yes, that's all I need. Thank you very much, that was kind of you. Oh, the smell is glorious. I'll add some boiling water to that, and I'll have a great drink at the Loch side. So there we are. I've stuck the elderflowers into the jet boil, and once that boils up, let it cool for a little bit. You don't want to drink it boiling hot. Let it cool a little bit. Most refreshing drink on earth, especially with a slice of lemon or a slice of orange. A simple drink. People go away and pay huge amounts for sugary, syrupy juice. Although I've got a kind of fancy in my fridge, which I will be very much looking forward to later this evening. But at the moment I'm going to indulge in my elderflower, and I'm going to have a cigarette because I need one. Thank you, Andy. So it looks like something you get out of a urinal, but after drinking that on a hot day, it will rehydrate you. It will rehydrate you, and it will obviously clean out all the pipes inside that you use for a wee kidneys and liver and all the rest of it. And that's a proper cleanse for the body, this one. And it takes 2 seconds. And look at it, it's beautiful. I'll make it cool down a bit though before I sip it. It's better served chilled. as I say, with lemon and orange is just wonderful. So here we go, Andrew, completely revitalised after just a cupful of this stuff. It's been well, I thought I would not find any elderflower, but just as I got back to the car there was all sort of placed in the tree, and I thought, well done, brilliant. There are other alternatives, of course. Even the bramble flowers make a good drink, and raspberry leaves. In fact, there's loads of stuff you can use. Loads and loads. Not the fern or bracken, of course, but there's honeysuckle in there. You can use honeysuckle. The flowers, the petals, and the roses here. You should be out picking the dog rose, Andy, all these petals. Mind you, that's your berries later in the year. But this makes an excellent potpourri. And look at that, the scent of that is absolutely amazing, Andy. It's only 6 o'clock. Come 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock tonight, that will be absolutely oozing all perfume and the honeysuckle. My garden is absolutely filled with honeysuckle at the moment. Not the big yellow ones, but the pink and white ones. And I'll tell you what a wonderful scent every night when I go out for my last cigaretto. So there's plenty to take, and the birch leaves as well. There's a birch tree there, it's a bit high, but the birch leaves make a good pick-me-up tea-wise. If you know what you're doing, you can live pretty well. There's chamomile as well. Look, these are chamomile. These are not Michaelmas. These are the chamomile daisy, and full of benefits. Calm your whole nervous system down. Hey, yes, Andy, we know. Thanks for coming to speak to us. But just a few of these in a cup of infused and boiled water. Let it cool. That's a good bedtime drink. Good bedtime drink, Andrew. Anyway, there's people along there, so. But I actually came into the wrong. I should have been the next one along, you see. There's a change of weather on, Andy. Clouds are building rapidly, and easterly winds picking up. So we'll see what we'll get in the next few days. But it's been a superb week, and I've completed a lot of mileage on those mountains, both sides of Lochearnhead and over to Strathglynny and Glen Ogle. So yeah, I'm quite chuffed, to be honest. I think we'll leave the video there though, Andy. I think we've done enough today. Alright, Huffy, leave it there then, if that's what you want to do.